Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some breaking news, and that is NATO fighter jets were scrambled against Russia. That is correct. NATO scrambled fighter jets. I am filming this on September 28th. This is Sunday, September 28th. This happened over the weekend. All hell's breaking loose, folks, and we had NATO warplanes in the air as Russia continues its escalation and as the crisis in Europe continues to get worse and worse with no end in sight. We're going to get into everything that happened, all the moves that have been taken, what it means, what could be coming next. I'm going to break everything down for you guys. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Do you think we should open fire on any incursion in NATO airspace? Should NATO planes shoot down Russian planes, Russian drones? What do you think should happen? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that notification bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. You'll have the best information on the web. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open. Feel free to reach out if you have any tips, information, or if you just want to say hello. That's great too. Let me know right there. Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. Now let's get into it. We have seen a massive escalation over the past few weeks with Russia, NATO, and Ukraine. The Russian-Ukraine war has been going on for years. It's ugly. It's trench warfare. It is almost like a World War I style war where it is just brutal and bloody, and it is really tragic how many people have lost their lives, how many people have been injured. It is a terrible, terrible situation. No matter what you think of the war as a whole, I don't think anyone can argue against it being a truly atrocious situation. On top of that, Russia has decided to start testing NATO. That includes flying drones into Poland, flying drones into Romania. And then the biggest breach of all came when 3 MiG-31s flew into Estonia for 12 minutes. That's right, 12 minutes. They were overhead Estonian airspace. Estonia, of course, is a member of NATO. And that drew a massive reaction. Huge reaction. We're going to get into Trump's comments about wanting to see these planes shot down towards the end of the video, but that is where we are at. The Russians are poking and prodding. They are trying to generate. I honestly don't know what they're trying to do. They're probably testing response times. They're testing to see, will the United States do something? Well, we saw, I'm going to throw this up on the screen for y'all. This comes from ABC News. This was published Sunday morning. NATO fighter jets scrambled in Poland as Russia launches deadly strikes on Ukraine. It says NATO fighter jets. Let me see if I can get this off the screen. It says NATO fighter jets were scrambled and air defense units put on alert in the early hours of Sunday in response to a major Russian drone and missile strike on Ukraine, the Polish Operational Command said in post to X. Due to the activity of the Russian Federation's long-range aviation, which is carrying out strikes on the territory of Ukraine, Polish and allied aviation has begun operating in our airspace, the command said in a statement. Our on-duty fighter pairs have been scrambled, so they're scrambling fighter jets, and ground-based air defense systems, as well as radar reconnaissance, have reached a state of highest readiness. So everyone is on high alert. They have their SAM sites. Their air defense systems are activated, ready to shoot down Russian planes. They have fighter jets in the air. If one Russian plane breaches their airspace, they are ready to rock and roll. Further says these actions are of a preventative nature and are aimed at securing the airspace and protecting citizens, especially in areas adjacent to threatened regions. It says Dutch F-35 stealth fighters and a German Patriot surface-to-air missile system were among the forces put on alert. The command added airspace over Lublin and Rzeszów near the Ukrainian border was also briefly closed. The alert ended after 3.5 hours with no reported violations of Polish airspace, the command said. There have been no reported violations of Polish airspace by long-range Russian drones since dozens crossed into the country during strikes on Ukraine on September 10th, prompting Polish and allied jets to shoot several down. Kiev was also the focus of overnight Russian strikes. I can't read those. Zaporizhia, Kamakitsky, Sumy, and Odessa were also attacked. I know I probably butchered all of those. I do apologize, do my best here. The barrage lasted for more than 12 hours, the president said. Ukraine's Air Force said Russia had launched 593 drones and 50 missiles of various types, making the overnight barrage the largest combined strike on Ukraine since September 7th. Defenders downed and suppressed 566 drones and 45 missiles, the Air Force said. 5 missiles and 31 drones impacted across 16 locations. At least 4 people, among them a 12-year-old girl, were killed in the capital. So that is what happened. I'm going to pull this off the screen real quick. So Russia launched a massive attack. NATO, fearing that they could come into NATO territory, scrambles fighter jets, activates Patriot missile batteries, activates all their radar. They were ready for a direct conflict. So let me go ahead and put this up on the screen for you. It says operational command of Polish Air Force states the Polish and Allied aircraft have been scrambled due to the activity of Russian long-range aviation, currently carrying out strikes against targets in Western Ukraine. In addition to the scramble of on-duty fighter pairs, ground-based air defense systems, as well as radar reconnaissance, have reached a state of readiness. Then says Lublin and Reznow Airport in eastern Ukraine have been closed, or eastern Poland have been closed due to unplanned military activity and ensuring state security. And then right here, it says the operational command of the Polish Armed Forces states the activity of Polish and Allied aviation over eastern Poland have concluded due to the cessation of long-range aviation strikes by Russia against Ukraine. A A330 multi-role tanker transport, and F-35A Lightning with the Royal Netherlands Air Force participated in the night's mission under NATO Operation Eastern Sentry, while German Patriot surface-to-air missile batteries supported ongoing aerial operations from the ground in Poland. So this is a serious, serious situation. We have the Russians continuing up the escalation ladder, and we have the Poles and NATO scrambling fighter jets to confront that threat, to go out there and possibly shoot down Russian fighter jets if that's what it comes to. Well, do you know who wants to see jets shot down? Go ahead and put this on the screen for you. Make sure you can all see that. President Trump was previously asked if he wanted to see Russian fighter jets shot down, and without hesitation, he said the following. Let's watch.
But everything is in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Mr. President, do you think that NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft if they enter their airspace?
Yes, I do.
So let's watch that again.
Any questions?
Mr. President, do you think that NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft if they enter their airspace?
Yes, I do.
Right there, no hesitation. He wants the Russian jets shot down. That comment, I believe, came after Estonian airspace was breached by the MiGs. I'll pull this off the screen. Folks, we are entering a new phase of the conflict in Europe. Russia is doing everything it can to poke and prod and get a reaction and cause serious issues. So far, the United States and NATO have not shot their planes down. But every time we get closer and closer, every time we scramble jets, every time we go to the brink, every time we are on the line, that is one step away from engaging Russian fighter jets, shooting them down, blowing them up, and then we are truly off to the races. But I will say this, and I think it's important to know, you cannot let a bully push you around forever and do nothing about it. Russia is attempting to intimidate and bully its regional neighbors. The way you stop that is you draw a line in the sand and you make it crystal clear. If you do this, we will handle you in the harshest way we can. If that means we got to shoot your jets down, that's what we're going to do. You shoot their jets down one time, they're probably not going to be eager to do it again. And the basic reality is this: our aircraft, NATO aircraft, and our SAM sites are significantly more advanced than anything Russia has. They cannot win in a dogfight against U.S. NATO aircraft. Can't do it. They are not going to be shooting down F-35s with old MiGs. It's never going to happen. We might not even have to get F-35s in the air. They could probably deal with them just with the ground batteries. But folks, the Russians are testing us. The Russians are daring us to do something. And I truly believe we are looking at a situation that could quickly spiral out of control. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Should we shoot down the Russian jets? Should we not? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you nothing at all. Huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open. Send me anything you got. I'll see you all next time.